NASA. Humanity is just before the discovery of extraterrestrial life. This is what the spokesman for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration said during one of the last hearings of the Science Committee. Anonymous is a loose group of hackers and online activists who may know all the dark secrets that lie ahead of us. As early as 2017, the group had set fire to the internet when it claimed that the infamous U.S. space agency NASA had just announced the discovery of extraterrestrial life. On their website, there is a warning that states that NASA says aliens will come, but that's not all. They also published an extremely controversial video on this subject, in which they quoted various statements and comments by prominent astronauts and space scientists, in which they claimed that extraterrestrials are actually real. Apparently, they have been visiting us for some time now and are trying to get in touch with humanity. They also mentioned some sightings of extraterrestrial objects and creatures, which are also proof that something incredible is going on in the sky. Here are the 10 most important signs of extraterrestrial life, published by Anonymous. Quote number 1 by Brian O'Leary. Brian Todd O'Leary was an American scientist, author, and NASA astronaut. He was one of the 6 NASA astronauts who were to be trained for the Apollo program. And his name actually appears in the terrifying video published by Anonymous. O'Leary published several scientific papers on the Martian atmosphere. In his doctoral thesis from 1967, it was about the Martian surface. And because of his expertise, he was chosen as an astronaut for a possible NASA mission to Mars. During the Apollo program, he was also the only planetary researcher in the NASA astronaut corps. Because of his academic skills, O'Leary's observations and scientific statements are taken very seriously. A statement like this was quoted by Anonymous in the video. According to the video, O'Leary said that there are numerous proofs that we are being contacted, that civilizations have been watching us for a long time, and that their physical appearance is quite bizarre, and that it differs from any traditional materialistic Western idea. He explained that these visitors use the technologies of consciousness, druids, and rotating magnetic disks for their propulsion systems. This means that aliens actually use flying saucers like spaceships to travel through the universe and perhaps even through other dimensions. Number 2. UFOs in front of the camera. In another Anonymous video, recordings of a strange UFO floating in the sky were published. According to them, most videos of unidentified objects that are observed on Earth or in space are heavily censored. They claimed that this special video was previously kept under wraps and was kept confidential to the public, but they would reveal the truth to everyone. No one really knows where this material comes from. Besides, the quality of the video is not particularly good. Of course, the scientists and authorities point out these claims about extraterrestrial sources that are hovering above us in the sky. However, a few years later, the U.S. Ministry of Defense itself admitted that more than once, strange, unidentified flying objects were seen and captured with the camera. To avoid speculation about an intrusion by extraterrestrials, it was decided to call these unidentified flying objects as such. These videos give us the conviction that we are not alone in the universe, and that Anonymous may be telling the truth. The videos of UFO sightings are heavily censored. The Pentagon has published these distorted videos, confirming that they are actually real. The first incident was filmed in 2004 off the coast of California. It showed an oval shape that hovered and did not conform to the normal laws of physics. The second UFO was also filmed as it raced over the ocean surface. Number 3. Exoplanets. Anonymous claimed in his video that the exoplanets we now know exist are also a solid proof that intelligent extraterrestrial life inhabits the universe around us. About 2.5 decades ago, scientists did not believe that there were planets outside our solar system. But since then, a lot of time has passed, and they have been taught a better lesson. The video hits the nail on the head, because the first exoplanets were discovered in 1292. Exoplanets are planets that exist outside our solar system. And so far, experts have identified about 3,400 exoplanets that orbit other suns. This may seem insignificant on the surface, but the discovery of all these exoplanets is now a key element in the search for life in the ever-expanding cosmos. There is still a lot to do, but now that we know that there are planets like these in our solar system, it would be best to start with them. This year, the famous James Webb Space Telescope delivered breathtaking images from space, and scientists hope to be able to use this spectacular instrument to search for signs of extraterrestrial life in the atmospheres of exoplanets. They hope that one or more of these exoplanets will show a chemical signature of life. Number 4. The FBI may have the evidence. A masked person in the controversial anonymous video talked about a collection of FBI documents that he did not classify. This means that these documents are accessible to everyone on their website. Anonymous revealed that these documents contain details that claim that extraterrestrial beings have been visiting us for a long time. But that's not all. The documents also contain reports about beings from other dimensions that have been visiting us. This may also be related to the notorious alien spaceship that allegedly happened in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947. A group of UFO enthusiasts, the so-called Majestic 7, claimed that this actually happened. The FBI is in possession of top-secret documents that can prove this. The FBI withdrew the whole story and called it a hoax. The FBI also claimed that these documents, which are accessible to the public, were not forged, so they have nothing to hide. Anonymous also explained that the documents about the visits of extraterrestrial beings do not belong to the FBI. Apparently, it was a document published by a department head of a university, whose content the FBI considered extremely important, and so it got into their online archive. The document is quite old, so it's hard to say whether it's reliable or not. But in the case of aliens, you never know what's true. Number 5. The esoteric theories. The FBI documents and their claims about visitors from other dimensions have led the alien enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists to speculate that these extraterrestrial visitors may not come from another planet. In the anonymous video, it is also claimed that these beings could come from another realm, which is intertwined with our planet. In fact, these beings could come from a kind of ether planet that penetrates the Earth. But the human senses are not developed far enough to perceive this. For people with a better understanding of esotericism, it may be easier to understand. Anonymous explained in the video that these extraterrestrial beings that coexist with us have the ability to consciously enter our level and leave it at will, so that they can actually decide to reveal themselves and disappear from our sight. This means that the extraterrestrial sources on another level could fly around on an ordinary working day when the extraterrestrials go to their workplaces as if it were nothing unusual. But we can't see that. Anonymous believes that these extraterrestrials visit us often because they dare to settle on our level and reveal themselves to humanity. It also means that they are technologically far more advanced and can't be misled by any kind of violence on our part. And there is a good chance that they can harm us, so it's better not to threaten them when they reveal themselves. Number 6. TRAPPIST-1. Another topic that Anonymous briefly addressed in the video is the nearby dwarf star TRAPPIST-1. It is an ultra-cold red star from the constellation of Wassermann, which has a planetary system similar to ours. So far, 7 planets in this system are known. The mass of TRAPPIST-1 is about 9% of the Sun's mass, Its radius is slightly larger than that of Jupiter. The dwarf star has a surface temperature of about 293 degrees Celsius. It is also 47 light-years away from the Sun and about 7.5 billion years old. The planets in its system resemble the Earth, and further research on this unique solar system has shown that some of the planets that surround TRAPPIST-1 could even have more water than the Earth. On the planets that are closer to the star, most of the water exists in the form of vapors. And like on Earth, there is liquid water in the middle of the planets, while on the planets furthest away, there is ice. In an anonymous video, it is claimed that an entire extraterrestrial civilization lives on some, if not all, planets of the TRAPPIST-1 system. Even if this is a far-fetched assumption, the abundance of water could mean that microbial life forms could thrive there. Number 7. Perseverance rover. In the next part of the video, Anonymous claims that scientists know that Mars probably has remains and signs of an old, life-friendly environment, but most likely, microorganisms inhabited the red planet at some point in history. Well, they weren't wrong. After all, the rover missions of the NASA Mars Expedition program will be on